Hey friends, welcome to this new video. Glad you guys found it. Guys, today I wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my mind for a bit, and really just, I'm hoping to keep this short, to be honest, but it kind of is a lot, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, let's get into the topic. Should Christians respect other religions? Before I go into this, I want to disclaimer first, and I want to make it clear the intent of this video is not to shame or to bash or to disrespect people. What matters to me, okay, I'm just going to take it personally here, or make it personal. What matters to me is truth, not a truth, not my truth, and not your truth, not something that is subjective. Okay, I'm talking about something that is firm, that is concrete, that is unchangeable, that is the truth. Ultimately, truth is something that has to be discovered if it's not already revealed. So, with that being said, again, not here to bash nobody. We're not here on this video to talk bad about anyone. Quite honestly, I feel like the parties that are involved in the topic do a good enough job by themselves in shaming themselves. Should Christians respect other religions? The short answer is no. It's not so much that we want to disagree with you or to have a thing against you. No. It's because what matters to us, again, like I said in my disclaimer, what matters to a Christian more than anything, or at least I should say should matter to a Christian more than anything, is truth. Not opinion, not feelings, not thought processes, none of that. What should matter to us more is truth. And truth is unchangeable. You can't change it. No matter how much you try to, you can't change it. The verse I'm getting our basis of discussion from is 1 John 4, verse 1. And it says this: Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world. So right there, you guys, the Bible is telling us that we can't just believe every spirit. We can't believe every teaching. We can't believe any little thing that is brought our way. We have to test it. We have to test to see if it is from God, right? I like the NLT version. What I just read to you was the ESV. But the NLT version, I like a little more, just because I feel like it gives you a little more meat to chew on. I don't know if it's the detailed person in me or what, but I feel like it does. And so this is what the NLT version says. Dear friends, do not believe everyone who claims to speak by the Spirit. You must test them to see if the Spirit they have comes from God. For there are many false prophets in the world. It's a little bit arranged a little bit differently, but it's the same thing. So yeah, guys, as Christians, we're not commanded by God to respect religions, other religions. We are actually commanded to be ambassadors of light and ambassadors of truth, ambassadors of Christ, because Christ himself is truth. He said so himself. Anything else apart from that, it's not for us to really have any part with, to be honest with you. Because again, the most important thing to us is the truth. And the problem with ideologies like Islam is that they claim God, but they actually serve the demonic, because God doesn't want you to kill yourself or sacrifice yourself for him. Okay, he did that for you. That's the big difference here. He sacrificed himself for you so that you could have a right relationship with him, so that you could come to him and be with him for eternity. It's not anything that you do, okay? Now, is there doings as Christians? Yes, of course there is. But our doings don't come from, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. No, it comes from we do because we are. Big difference. So yeah, again, guys, as Christians, we are not called to respect other religions. As a matter of fact, if there's anything wicked and evil, we are called to expose it. And that's what's happening a lot now, especially with the rise of Islam in the UK and here in America is they're trying to do the same thing here. There's so many people that are exposing Islam for what it is. There's so many people that are talking about it, speaking out on it. No, we don't want that here. We don't want that here, because if you want that way of life, you can go move to one of those other countries. But here in America, this nation, the biggest defining factor is the freedoms that the people get to enjoy because it was fought for. And I can't sit here and be quiet as people are trying to strip the American people of the freedoms that were given to them. That kind of stuff, that kind of thought process, that none of that belongs here. And I know many people sit there and say, oh, well, freedom of religion. Freedom of religion was never intended for the purpose of to where, oh, just anybody can come in and do whatever they want. Do you have a freedom of religion to practice your religion? Of course, but it cannot go against the basic civil rights of every human being. It's a matter of respect in terms of respecting people. But people have gotten to the point where they're respecting ideologies or religions more than they're respecting people. And I'm going to tell you guys straight up right now, I refuse to respect any ideology or religion that actively goes against the sanctity of human life. Islam is probably the loudest when it comes to that, because I've never heard of any other religion that is so thing on death and destruction. I've met Muslim people, and some of them, they at least seem very sincere. Now, the only problem is, because part of that ideology, I can't even call it a religion, to be honest with you. I hate calling it a religion because that's not what it is. Part of one of the practices is something called taqiyya, where they are able to lie to the infidel. They're able to lie to anyone that is not a Muslim. They're not allowed to lie to a Muslim, but they're allowed to lie to everybody else. I know there are people out there who are supporting this ideology, who don't look like they even practice the religion or the ideology. And my question to them is, why? What are you getting? What are you getting guaranteed? What are you getting promised? What are you getting paid for? At that point, you're already bought and paid for. There's nothing that you benefit from. And for my Christians, brothers and sisters, listen up, you guys. We don't have time to play. We don't have time to stay quiet. We don't have time to sit there and, actually heard somebody say this recently, and they were a little more than I am. They're more aggressive than I am, but I will say though they're right. Yes, you are to trust in Jesus, but there are parts of this walk that Jesus is not going to do for you. You have to do it yourself. Okay. Does that mean you depend on you? No, you depend on him all the way through, but there's a part that you play. Okay. So yes, guys, again, this is not me trying to, shame or bash anyone. This is me trying to help sound the alarm, because now we've got content creators, Christian content creators, who are being threatened, who are being, they're being viewed as something that they're not. And if the massacres of Christians in Nigeria counts for anything, which it definitely does, I'm just being, just putting this out here. If it counts for anything, it should count as a warning to all the world. Okay, they will not assimilate. That's not their thing. Their thing is to come to conquer, to establish their law. and to destroy every bit of the free world. And we can't allow that to happen. So, going back to the question, should Christians respect other religions? No. Because what matters to us is truth, not opinions, not feelings. We love you, and we care for you. But we will not agree with something that goes against God. And what I would also say to all that, anything that denies Christ, wrong. Automatically, inherently wrong. Anything that violates the sanctity of human life, wrong. God is He is the creator. He is the one who authorized human life. So anything that goes against that goes against God instantly, and that's wrong. And I'm saying it's wrong because not because of what I think, but because God, again, He is the ultimate lawgiver, and He will not stand for that. And I love people, and from what I see, especially in this ideology, women are not regarded equally with men. As a matter of fact, I believe the Quran even says something about that a woman has half the value of a man, so they need more witnesses in court than a man does because they're not equal. Whereas here in America, where people are screaming, hating on the president and doing all this stuff and saying whatever they're saying and being destructive and being rude and disrespectful to other people, they're the very ones who'll sit there and say, I've got rights. Well, guess what? If you keep supporting this left-wing idea with Islam, you won't have the rights that you claim that you have right now. And that you do have. But you won't have them if that whole thing gets in its way, or has its way. So again, guys, like this is not a pleasure thing for me. I've just quite simply just had enough. I've had enough, and I hope you guys have too. To all the Muslim folks out there, we love you. Jesus is God. And Jesus paid a price for you to come and be with Him for eternity. Don't let a man-constructed idea keep you from encountering the God of the universe, who desires to live with you in eternity, who loves you more intimately than you can ever possibly imagine. And to those who are supporting Islam because their hearts are wicked, God sees all, and He will not be mocked. So, alright guys, that's it for this one. So, I was going to try to keep it short, but it was not short, and I'm sorry. But yeah, guys, if you like content like this, be sure to stay tuned, subscribe, like the video, and let's keep standing for truth. Alright guys, love y'all, be blessed, see you soon.